Hi.
My dear brother learned in Montreal for 4 years. And he came from sunny California. And comes to Montreal. I think he didn't have a winter coat. Moshe Kotlarski keeps on reminding me how he bought him his first winter coat at Felco. There used to be a place here called Felco.
Yeah, the Felco.
He bought my brother a winter coat. So half the time that my brother was here in Montreal, he was sick. He had a cold, and probably half of the time was he said he was sick. You know, just going to the master, sweetheart, and but a 13-year-old kid from Los Angeles, and he came to Montreal, and
having a good time.
He wasn't having a good time, but it wasn't. So all of the I have cousins, big family in Los Angeles. In those years, the derech was they would go to yeshiva in New York called Torah. That's where they all went. So my father comes into the Rebbe, probably a year or two after my brother is in Montreal, and he tells the Rebbe, my son isn't doing too well in Montreal. He has a cold. Every day he has a cold. It's not working out. And I want to take him out of Montreal, and I want to put him in. Servidas. But I don't want to do it without telling the Rebbe. I want the Rebbe's brother. So the Rebbe tells my father, no, you're not taking him out. You're not taking him out of Montreal. I guarantee. Ich nehm achrayus. Ich nehm achrayus. My father, a Hungarian Yid, to whom Emunas Tzadikim was probably more important than Emunas Hashem, he went crazy, and the issue never came up. My father didn't care whether he had a cold, he didn't have a cold, he didn't go to yeshiva, he didn't go to yeshiva. He was going there. Okay. A few years later, they opened up a yeshiva. Newark closed. This is in Toshin Lamed Beis. I was in the yeshivas. Opens up a yeshiva, and in those days, the derech was to go from one yeshiva to another. You had to ask the Rebbe Rishus. That's how it was. You didn't just move. You didn't just go from Brooklyn to Kfar Chabad, or you had to ask the Rebbe Rishus. And most of the time, the Rebbe didn't let. Most of the time. But here, this was a new shlav. So my brother finished 4 years in Montreal, and now they had just opened up Morristown. So my brother, he was 18, so he asked the Rebbe, he asked the Rebbe 2 questions. One is if he could put on Rabbeinu Tam. That was also the minhag. When you became 18, you didn't just put on Rabbeinu Tam. You had to ask the Rebbe Rishus. And the second thing is he'd like to go to Morristown. So the Rebbe said, about Rabbeinu Tam, Saglai Chazach, and about Morristown, if Tanhola in Morristown, agrees, Saglai Chazach. So my father